All right, well, back to Jacksonville, Florida, where the city is moving from rescue to recovery mode after a massive storm surge. High tides and heavy rain caused catastrophic flooding. The city lifting mandatory evacuation orders. Larry Clymer is District Chief of Special Operations with the Franklin, Tennessee Fire Department. His team was sent to help with Irma recovery efforts. And as I understand it, Mr. Clymer, people were ecstatic to see the good folks from your fire department come down and help out in Florida.
Yes, they were quite surprised to see us, but they didn't care. We had boats and men willing to offer rides, so they didn't matter whose boat it was in. We seen civilians in boat when we got there also, and they were climbing onto any boat they could get just to get across the floodwaters.
Now, as I understand it, your department is as the overnight shift, so they're resting right now, and they go back out at night?
Yes, we'll be back on shift at 8 o'clock tonight till 8 in the morning. We're working 12-hour operational periods. And the daytime they're doing wellness checks. They're going out and covering streets, and at nighttime we're on call for 911 calls, and we'll get the police officer or whatever across water as needed, according to Jacksonville Fire. We're just here to assist them.
And what has the rescue situation been like? What sort of situations have you seen?
Well, originally we were deployed to Tallahassee. We were asked to move to Jacksonville to deploy with Florida Task Force 5. And the original plan and the action plan was to go to Tampa and Naples, Clearwater area. Then when the flooding started happening here, we were deployed as a USAR asset with some boats. And then we suddenly become a swiftwater team because we have swiftwater technicians on our team also. So we were asked to join Jacksonville Fire and their task force team here to get some people that were caught in the floodwaters by the St. John River. So we were happy to help in any way we could.
And how has that collaboration been? Your crew working with the Jacksonville Fire Department. Obviously, we're looking at the floodwaters behind you, the lack of power. How have you been able to communicate with them to make these evacuations, to make these rescues?
Well, they built up a mobile central command that we operate out of, and they assign firefighters with us, but they have communications, so we're able to stay in constant contact and deploy anywhere they need us. We were just extra assets that they were needing to cover the zones that they had, which were growing rapidly on them.
What are your men and women that have come with you down to Jacksonville? What do they think about the conditions there? Have they seen anything like this?
Yes, we experienced our own little flood in Nashville back in 2010, in May of 2010. So this is nothing new to us, and we were happy to see folks from other parts of the country come help us, because you realize really quick when the water's rising how really small your department may be. You may think you've been able to cover everything on a daily basis, but when something like this happens, a natural disaster happens, you realize how quickly overwhelmed you get.
All right, Larry Clymer of the Franklin, Tennessee Fire Department, thank you so much, sir, for what you are doing, for your service to those people, and all the help that you and your department are bringing to that state.
Thank you so much.